This video is sponsored by PCBWay, and last time you saw Vector, he was at the Spartan Bell Slugfest, and he did pretty well. But this is how Vector became a robot combat supervillain that he was designed to be, at the very first WCCRL event. And this time, Vector has been redesigned yet again.
Pain, suffering, agony.
Last time he had all of his wheels torn off. Now that won't be happening anymore, as I've moved the rear wheels inside the two main rails. So hopefully, even if the front wheels were torn off, Vector will still be able to move. And this time I was finally able to now use the proper belts that they were designed for in the first place. On top of that, I've also solved a major problem that I encountered last time, that being Vector torn to shreds every time he went against a horizontal spinner. But now I have a secret weapon that I hope to use against horizontals, and besides from that, I've also made some structural changes. I've completely replaced the top and bottom carbon fiber plates. Now they're both 1mm thick titanium, that coupled with new TPU side armor pieces, which just barely fit underweight. Now Vector is a completely metal bot, besides some TP and some nylon and foam. Okay, maybe it's not completely metal, but you get the point. And now Vector is ready for the tournament. The first fight would be against a bot by the name of Slaughtermore, a hand-built horizontal spinner. Slaughtermore was having some issues, so I wasn't going to go full send on the first fight. And this is Blake, the builder of Slaughtermore. Now watch as we fight, for I believe Blake is the true MVP of this entire tournament.
Do you want me to hit you? I like your fire, man.
Right?
Yep.
He's here. He's going to destroy it. Let's go.
Oh. You want it again? Are you sure? Okay. Are you sure? There's smoke. You good? Yeah. Okay. Is that that?
Vector may have won the fight, but Blake had won the fight in spirit. Hats off to you, Blake. You took that like a champion. Now we are going on to the next opponent. Ground Game. That's right, the very first opponent we had ever fought back in RoboGames. We are now fighting yet again. And here is the strategy. I only had enough weight to put on one small fork onto Vector, but my plan was this. If I could keep Ground Game destabilized during the entire fight with the main weapon, Vector may be able to win the fight. So let's see what happened.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Is this like a self-hit? I don't know what this is. We're hugging. That's a dance. Yeah. I'm stuck on him. I am literally stuck on him. I can't get off.
Father help!
Hey, unstick.
Still. Go ahead. Five, four, three, two, one, and.
Oh.
This fight went the full 3 minutes, but because the fight was so close, it ended up going to the judges. And a few minutes later, we had a split decision. Ground game was the winner, and Vector was moved to the loser's bracket. But to be honest, I didn't mind that result. It was a close fight, and I thought the judges made the right call. But now since Vector was in the loser's bracket, let's see who we were going up against. Okay. As you may have seen in the last video, this is Achilles. And the last time we fought, Achilles beat Vector, and quite dramatically sent him to the moon. But we can't let that happen again, as I have devised a secret weapon specifically for Achilles, because I knew he was going to be at this event. This is the plan. I'm going to take off the main weapon of Vector to free up 135 grams. So I would like to introduce to you my secret weapon, the 80 gram, 1mm thick titanium front wedge, designed specifically to take on Achilles, or any horizontals that I may encounter. So with all of this in mind, let's see how the fight went.
1, 2, 3.
That was not bad. I tried to keep Vector facing Achilles for every single exchange we had, but after Achilles hit the front of the wedge just slightly enough to get him bumped up, he got high-centered and couldn't get down, and that was the end of the fight. Now, advancing through the loser's bracket, we're going up against a bot by the name of F2, a bot with a TPU main chassis and a main weapon that is overall very durable. And after receiving some advice from my fellow bot builders, it was time to enter the arena. It was a short fight, but it was a good one. Vector was able to dig into the side of F2, eventually catching, flipping him upside down, and with 2 more hits disabling one of his wheels, the fight was over. But the only reason why he had to stop was because he knew he wouldn't be able to drive without a second wheel. But still a powerful design. Just like the design for the main rails of Vector, that up to this point are performing very well. Just like how you can perform very well with the help of PCBWay, the sponsor of this video. They can help you with a variety of services like CNC machining, PCB construction, injection molding, sheet metal cutting, and so much more. They helped me with these main rails, and I'm finally able to show them off on Vector. And if you want custom parts for your bot, it is intensively easy to use their service. Just drop the file, tell them what is needed for the part, and boom, you get the parts in the mail. And if you act right now, you'll get $5 off your first order using the link in the description. Thank you PCBWay for helping out Vector. Anyways, now we're moving on in the bracket, and now technically Vector is in the semifinals. And guess who we're going back up against? Only this time his main weapon would not be working. That being said, I was still going to change up my strategy. This time I was going to be much more aggressive when fighting against him. So with that in mind, let's see how the fight went.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Want me to hit you?
It was a short fight, but ground game performed very well. They were able to get the box rush on Vector, which took him off guard. But after 2 hard hits, Vector was able to take off his main weapon mount and invert ground game, knocking him out. But that doesn't mean Vector didn't take any damage. In fact, that was the very first time he had ever hit another bot at full power. And it showed me a critical design flaw with Vector. The aluminum mounts that are used for the main weapon usually work about 90% of the time. However, it seems that due to the sheer amount of weight and inertia that the main weapon has, the mounts that are CNC'd out of aluminum just simply don't have enough strength to hold the weapon at 100% power. So that's something I have to fix for future events. But after swapping out the rail for a new one, Vector was ready for the next fight. We are now in Vector's very first final, and we're going up against a bot by the name of P7. It has 2 discs at 45-degree angles facing away from each other, and the whole point of the bot is to try to get up and underneath your opponent and continually grind away at the bottom of them until their electronics or something internally gives out. With that being said, I still didn't want P7 to be able to get underneath Vector. And with all of that in mind, let's see who will win the fight for first place.
2, 1, go!
Let me hit you again? Weapon's done. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
And with that, the fight was over. Vector had secured second place.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I believe the main reason why Vector had lost was because either the main battery died or the main power switch backed out, which indicates I may have to replace it with a new one. But that's still a second place victory for Vector. I'm just happy that I was able to get Vector this far at a tournament, and that I was able to identify problems that need to be fixed for the future versions of Vector. And to be honest, the biggest win here was the venue. This is WCCRL, a dedicated space specifically for robot combat here on the West Coast. There are 2 dedicated battle boxes for 1 pounds with plans to put in a 3-pound box in the future. There are dedicated pit spaces designed specifically for robot combat teams. You have TVs everywhere so that you can see the fights that are happening when you're in the pits, with plans to put up a projector so that you can actually see the bracket and know who you're going up against, instead of trying to find an event organizer 5 minutes before the fight to ask for the challenge bracket so that you can know who you're going up against. There's also a dedicated announcer and streaming space so that you don't have to worry about missing the event if you don't attend. By the way, they're not sponsoring me for any of this. I just genuinely am psyched about this venue, and I do genuinely believe that this place could be a West Coast NHRL. Bold statement, I know, but that's how cool this venue is. And if you guys want to help support WCCRL, I have links to their YouTube channel and their Instagram down in the description below. And I was their first subscriber, and that's my spot, and you can't have it. Anyways, Victor will be going to another event later this month, and I'll let you guys know which one in a community post later on. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I could not continue to make these videos without your guys' support, and Vector will continue to get better and better every single video thanks to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.